Good evening, everyone. Welcome to Afterdale, the mid-season finale of Afterdale, the unofficial, official Riverdale after show. We are here with your esteemed hosts.
Panel of judges.
Your panel of harsh judges of tonight's episode of Riverdale. Let's take it from men first. Introduce yourself to the crowd.
Hello, everyone. My name is Ben. If you don't know by now, then you should probably start watching this show, better known as Boy with No Job. And I'm happy to be here again.
Thank you for being here.
Thank you for joining us.
Yes. Hi, everyone. Claudia, Oshry, girl with no job, wife of Boy with No Job. Yeah.
You are?
It's a pleasure to be here as always. Another Wednesday night down the drain. Spent just like coming up with theories about like a fake city with fake people that I think that I know and I don't know them.
Yeah. That's a good way to put it. Hi, Margo, sister of them.
Oh, God. Oh, my.
Nice.
Yeah, that's me.
And I'm Jackie, your host for tonight's festivities. Let's dig right into it. Overall, we've seen now how many episodes?
11.
11 episodes or?
No way.
I think there's 20 something.
there's 22, so it's,
No, how many have we seen in this mid-season?
mathematically.
Like 11 or 12.
This is our ninth. Okay.
So this is our 14th.
This is our ninth episode.
Okay.
That's it.
Compared to other episodes, how did this episode leave you feeling?
May I speak? I felt weird about this episode. Maybe it's because I had such high expectations for a mid-season finale, and I kind of feel like they fell short a little bit. But maybe that's because I put too much pressure on it as a mid-season finale, and it's like, yeah, we found out who the Black Hood was, but like I have a feeling that's not even the Black Hood, and like I didn't even feel good about it because he was like a nice guy who was wronged in his past.
Totally.
It was like an episode of Criminal Minds.
Was it? I don't
Where
watch.
it's just like he was wronged and like turned out to be a bad person, but like he wouldn't have been a bad person if he was never wronged.
Right, and maybe he's not even a bad person because jury's still out if he's really Black Hood, but we will get to all of that.
Yes.
How did this episode leave you feeling?
I felt really unsatisfied. Like, because I was with it. I was really following it, like waiting for the Black Hood. Is he going to shoot him? Is he not? Then he shot him, and they took the mask
No,
off.
that scene like was good for me.
No, it wasn't
was
good
good
for me because I
television.
felt all the feelings, and then I led up to the feeling of the feeling, and then I was just like,
No, it was good for me because I thought he was going to get away, and he didn't. And Sheriff Keller did his job.
Of course.
Which is
Finally.
always,
I just
always
love
great when
that
people
the
do
show
their
involves
jobs.
the police.
Finally.
How did this episode leave you feeling?
Fine. I'm just positive that that was not the Black Hood for 100 reasons. Like, the first reason being, oh, because his finger was off, it must have been him, as if nobody else could have cut off his finger and sent it. And two, I know nobody else thinks this, but them zooming in on Betty's green eyes when we have thought that the Black Hood had green eyes says to me that
we
we're
know that
hinting at something.
Okay, I just want to say something. I just take umbrage with you saying we thought that because it's
By the way, I know that the Black Hood has green.
no.
No,
that's not what we're saying.
No,
That's
you
not what
guys
we're
with the
saying.
finger.
We have the vision
We have
of
eyes.
sight.
No, that's not what we're saying.
No, the finger.
What we're saying, or what I thought you were saying,
Yes.
is my original theory of possibly Dark Betty having something to do with the Black Hood is seeming like a little bit more of a possibility now. And I just wanted to correct you because you had said it was our idea when it was my idea. So I just wanted to make sure.
Okay, I'm glad you took
That was
ownership
not what I
over
was
that
talking
because
about.
I want no part of it. Like, it
Okay.
was a funny thing to think about.
No, I never thought did
And
it in
to-
a joking way. Like
and
I'm
to
very
theorize about, but
serious.
I mean, if it's true, this is a whole different show about a woman who's
Multiple personality disorder.
right.
So how do you explain
Agreed.
for the final scene with the fire?
I don't think.
Oh,
that-
I think that she went to burn her box because case was solved, and she had that same moment that we did where it's like, this isn't adding up, the story's not over.
Yep.
Not all loose ends are tied. I'm keeping this hood, I'm going back to my Nancy Drew
guess.
Agreed.
storyboard.
that, and also they were saying something about it, unmasked something in her. We keep saying that Dark Betty is coming, Dark Betty is coming. So maybe the Black Hood brought out Dark
Will
Betty, and now
unleash her.
Dark Betty's going to be out and about more, maybe as a serpent. I don't think it's going to be that she's like Black Hood vibes.
Yeah.
I don't know. And didn't we see the janitor last episode when Veronica and Archie confronted him and he didn't have green eyes? Or
No,
did
he
he?
had green eyes, but he didn't have like the piercing green. Like they did a flashback to what Archie saw his eyes and that, and he was like, "It's not him."
And it still doesn't add up, which
'Cause
is
wouldn't you
why
know?
it doesn't add up.
Do we know anything about Betty's uncle, the murderer?
Grandpa.
Grandfather, I'm sorry.
no, we don't.
Just that he's Grandpappy Blossom's brother.
Grandpappy's Blossom's brother.
This is the thing with Riverdale. It always comes back to Grandpappy Blossom.
No, it really
does.
It always goes back to like the Blossom Cooper lineage.
And it's just like enough with this holding back of Cheryl. Give me more Cheryl.
Yes. Okay, before we start talking about going on tangents, We're gonna hit you with the fast 5 things that you need to know from tonight's episode that have us shook.
Shook to the core.
First up, I want to get right into this because it was kind of an outlying storyline. Veronica Lodge family.
Industries.
Lodge Industries. What is going on there? I want to hear what everyone's theories are. Ben?
You can start with Claudia.
Why, you don't have any yet?
No, I need to think about it.
Okay. My theories are such as, just in general, I really was digging Veronica this episode because she started to look like my friend Margo Fish, who got married over this weekend, and I was just like really happy for her that she got married, so now I like love Camilla. First of all. Second of all, I just can't take her seriously when she sits in that chair of her dad's and like that portrait of her looking like a mutated ninja above her. It's like, that doesn't look like you. So that was just like, I was already set off. But then when she finally found out about Pops, it's like, what a good heart she has. That she finds out about Pops and the first
You have
thing she
all
does,
this leverage over your parents.
and the first thing she does is pay Fred Andrews' bills. Also, like, what kind of medical care are they getting at Riverdale? $86,000? Hello?
But hello, that like makes sense.
No, totally. Finally, it's like,
Actually
that was
pretty cheap.
that was like a realistic hospital bill.
What was realistic was when they finally said that the Blossoms are broke.
Yeah.
I
But
appreciate
that's
that
like
reprieve.
frustrating to me because I don't want to have to deal with like poor Cheryl. You know, she already has so much going on in her life, and now she has to
completely
worry
agree.
about money. Like that's not interesting for me to watch. We already have to watch the Andrews struggle with money issues.
And
there's a murderer on the loose. Like I just can't be worried about her finances. Also, now Penelope is
A big
sleeping with
yeah.
men.
Well, sorry, just one more thing I wanted to add about my Lodge Industries
theory.
What do you think it is?
I don't know, but I'm excited to find out.
I don't.
Like, I have no, I can't even guess.
Right.
It could
like
be anything.
because it's not hardcore illegal,
Because she would have been
No,
upset.
but it's not purely legal
I
because
think-
like
I think
it's right on the cusp.
It is hardcore illegal because she specifically said that we don't do anything illegal, implying that they hire people to do things that are illegal for them,
well, I think
which leaves the drug ring open, in my opinion.
one of those. Oh, I don't think it's.
I don't
their-
necessarily know if they told her that it's drugs, but that they move things or that they don't do the illegal thing, they employ people to do
Right.
it.
I
Okay, that's
think
interesting.
I think that, but they're doing that not because they're profiting from drugs, but because they're profiting from the degradation of the South Side.
100%.
So they're letting people do drugs on the South Side
Yes.
and move drugs, and they're also, you know, letting them be degenerates by the theater, so that land value goes down, so they buy
Yes.
it up. So they're getting a conglomerate in Riverdale and on the South Side. They're probably going to gentrify it,
Yes.
and they're bringing down prices
Yes.
with illegal activity.
That's just like so businessy. I don't think that
I
that's
just
the role
zoned
that,
out
like,
hardcore.
I don't think that, I think it's much more
Miss
simple than
business
that.
class.
I don't take business class.
No, that was literally intro to business
No.
marketing
Right.
101.
She's right, though, I think.
You think they
Intro
would
to
make it that
gentrification.
complicated?
I think that's what it is. Yeah.
I mean,
I didn't know
that
we
would
were,
that
like-
would make sense. So that's probably not what it is, honestly.
Sorry, speaking of
That
the
would-
Lodges,
that
like
would
the
make
people
too
that are
much sense.
Yeah, but like I was about to like call the people who watch the show like uneducated. They're all very, very
You
smart.
mean us?
But I'm just saying that like it's a very
young
deep theory. It's a
demographic.
young like
Yeah.
it's a deep, astute,
And also, it's not
collegiate
that
theory.
like dramatic. It's a little too real, you know?
Yeah.
Driving land value down.
Yeah, like we have that in our daily lives. We don't need to watch it on the CW.
The
Also-
depreciation value of the south side of Riverdale is some equation.
Show turns into like a finance
Yeah,
You guys,
tutorial.
Spiffany's.
Ugh.
That was a
American
new low.
Excess.
That was a new low for.
I mean, I just hope I get some Glamourget eggs for the holidays.
oh right. I mean, that's what I've always wanted ever since I was a kid.
That's when you know you literally have everything you'll ever need when you start looking for, well, Fabergé eggs.
Yeah.
Or I will never understand the point of Fabergé
They can't use the
eggs.
word
Russian oligarchs.
Fabergé.
Yeah,
It's trademarked.
Yep.
I guess so. Honestly, I think at this point they're trolling us.
No, for sure. Because what do other shows do? Like other shows talk about The Bachelor.
No, but they don't talk about they're unnecessarily making references
Right.
to things
She could
like
have been like-
American Express. They can say credit card.
She could have been like,
True.
you
or
went
like
to the
mall.
jewelry store.
Exactly. Like you
Yeah.
don't have to say Bloomingdale's, you can say mall.
So why are they
No,
doing
but
it?
like when she was
Because-
referencing
Because
a
they're
party,
trolling us.
when she was
Because
referencing
Ryder Ross is trolling Afterdale.
when she was referencing a party in the city, like back in her old days, she said Gilded Lily, which is the real name.
Yeah, that's
That is
true.
owned and trademarked by someone else.
Right, but I don't think the Riverdale viewers, the masses, know that, so they just use the name of a club. But just, I think for the rest of it, they want to use fake brands. I think that's like very comic-y.
Yeah,
Oh,
probably.
yeah.
You know,
It's
I
funny.
forget that it's based off of a comic a lot.
It's funny, and now, you know what, I'm here for it. I just
Also-
want
like it. I look forward to
totally
it.
want to shop at Spiffany's. It sounds amazing.
It sounds so spiffy.
You never get me anything from Spiffany's. You're the worst.
So after
God.
taking Finance 101 on Afterdale, what do you think the lodges are up to in Riverdale?
I literally have like just no idea. I don't really think. I honestly feel like it's gonna be kind of anticlimactic because like Veronica really had no reaction. Like she was like mad about it, which means it's like she was probably theorizing like we are like that of how bad things could be, and it was probably like not nearly as bad as she thought it was. So she was like, okay, like I'm in. I don't know. I just don't think it's that big of a deal. I think it's just all about like stupid real estate, stupid.
Because it could literally be anything.
Yeah, or like they could have killed someone, but I don't think so.
No. It's something
it's a
how they're
business.
making money. Yeah.
It's Lodge Industries, and it's definitely shady business.
It's
Honestly, I
Sade.
was really here for Mark Consuelos' acting.
Yeah, when he got it from that table and he was like, all right, mija.
Yeah, and then like
Come with me.
when Hermione was like, we have to tell her, and he was like, okay.
Yeah. She's looking really good, Marisol.
The two of them, I think they went on vacation. They were so tan.
No, they both look so good.
We said like first episode, Hermione had a glow up, and she did.
Yeah. And it's sustained throughout the season.
Betty was also looking good this episode. She was wearing some like embellished
thinner.
collared shirts. Maybe that was like the holiday
No,
vibes.
she was looking like she had like an elongated neck, like a giraffe.
She was wearing tan, like she's wearing
But
tan.
in a pretty
She
way.
didn't look
Maybe
nearly as
She's
pale.
been looking good in general.
Maybe she was looking better. Maybe she's been looking better because she's like trying to get Archie's attention.
Yeah, can we talk about that? Because now they have this kiss, and now the end of the episode was just so weird.
I don't think
It's
it meant
important
anything.
to note that when Veronica said it back to Archie, he didn't say anything. He didn't seem too pleased.
What do you mean?
And he pulled away from the
gave her
kiss.
the locket that morning.
Right, that was weird.
Yeah, and
No, he doesn't like Betty. This was just like, oh my God, this is so emotional. Like we're here. Like I don't know.
Kiss?
Yeah.
there's
I
been
don't know.
tension between them. They looked at each other through the window. Well, this is our second point, so let's just dig right into it. Betty and Archie, where do they stand? When Veronica said, I love you too, Archie didn't have to say anything back. She knows he loves her, and
But you would
he
crack
just
a
went.
smile.
No, he went right back in to resume their kiss. Like when she first kissed him, he was like, "What are you doing?
I know, this is the thing.
What are you doing, you troglodyte?"
I've gotten to know Archie on a personal level, and having kissed him multiple times, like I know when he's into it, and I know when he's not.
Oh my.
And like I could just tell he wasn't into it.
He
That's all I'm
wasn't into
saying.
it. He wasn't giving me
smile.
like the whole season of the whole scene of last episode when they were like making out hardcore. Like that wasn't like that. That didn't give me that vibe at all.
Yeah.
I don't agree.
I don't think they're gonna make out on his front porch on Christmas morning.
They
They're
made
gonna-
out in his garage.
They're gonna share
They
a
fornicated
suite.
in his
mistletoe.
They
garage.
had sex when what's his name was in the hospital.
In
They were
private
literally making
in a
out on a
room.
couch in school.
Look.
Like you think their front porch is gonna stop? Thank you. You're right.
Yeah, he has respect for his father, who's right there talking to Molly Ringwald in the Bahamas.
He has respect for his father.
And I love how
totally.
they turned Molly Ringwald into like a sleuthy whore who's like out on singles cruises in the Bahamas.
But also, it's like your son just held a gun up to a madman,
Come
and you're
home.
in the Bahamas.
Okay.
Come home.
Hang on, Moira. You sound permanently like Moira.
I'm just so-
Madman. Madman.
Madman.
I'm just so elevated.
Yeah.
Betty and Archie.
Yeah, I think it means nothing. I know that it meant
wrong.
something.
I
and, like,
want it to mean nothing.
No. I think that they want us to think that it means something. Like the look in the window, that kiss.
window.
I don't think it means.
Guys, I know what it is.
The look in the
You
window.
guys, you know what the look in the window is, and you know what the kiss in the car is?
What?
Love.
Let me show you.
Love.
It's this.
Planting the seeds.
Thank you.
Or burying someone alive.
That's what I was
thinking
thinking.
while I was doing it that I felt like
Svensson?
Betty, like. Whoosh.
Yeah.
Okay, next part that got me shook. As
okay?
much as there were such shook-worthy things that happened in this
How
episode.
when she was burying Archie, she was being like really
I was going to talk about that too, but
No,
we'll get there.
totally.
We'll get
Totally.
there.
Next thing that has me really shook, like it's definitely like fourth on the list because so much happened, but the snake charmer
Yep.
Oh,
getting scalped.
That was so weird.
Like Jughead, like needs to chill out.
Jughead is out of control.
He's making
I say
everything
this
worse.
every week. He makes poor choices. He like doesn't listen to anyone around him, and he's making things worse. And there's no way that him scalping the snake charmer solved all of his problems.
Also, if you're gonna do something like take a knife to her, or whatever, like just kill her because that way she's not gonna come back because
Yeah.
you know she's gonna come back.
And, like-
also taking her to Glendale, it's literally 5 minutes
Yeah.
away. She can
Where
come
was all
back.
this strong decision making when his dad told him not to hang out with the snake charmer, and he specifically went against what the dad said? So he betrayed his father in prison, and now he's expecting his dad to be this like loyal, like father hero type. Like, please, this is your mess. You made it, and this solution you just came up with is making it so much worse.
I
He's
agree.
also annoying. Like every time he's like begging his dad to let him in, it's like, no, you ruined our lives. So just take a back seat.
Yeah, but we spoke about that last week. He ruined his he ruined their lives, but he didn't know. Like that was like I don't know.
His dad specifically told him not to.
Right? He got like a very clear warning.
I know, but his dad's in prison, and if my dad is in prison and somebody gives me an out, I get my dad out of prison.
But if your dad said, don't use this person for my out.
Yeah, I'd rather.
No,
be here.
I get it, but like 20 years in prison or use this person. Look, the snake charmer is gonna come back.
Totally.
Like
She's also just so annoying.
the thing that doesn't make any
I don't
sense to me is
care.
her name publicly is the snake charmer. So clearly everybody knows that she's like a con woman piece of shit.
Yeah.
But like they can't possibly get rid of her. So clearly
I
she's
just
gonna
can't
come
really
back.
understand the logistics of what happened. Like they kidnapped her, they put her in like a forest, they like skinned her alive,
They just
and
took
then
off her
just like
tattoo.
left her there.
Yeah, that was supposed to
Yeah,
be
and then it's like now you live in Greendale in the forest.
Like she's gonna come back.
Of course she is.
Like,
Like, she's scared of some 12-year-olds in high
No,
school.
literally.
She's
They
gonna hitch a
should've
ride
literally
with
just
the
slit her
same
throat.
guy, the same deer
Yeah.
killer that Jughead
You think
met.
there's significance to Greendale?
Yes.
Always. I
Like
understand
them
what
being
it is.
dropped in Greendale?
Everything happens in Greendale, Glendale.
Well, it's also just like
The town over?
token
Yeah.
neighboring town.
Right, like they're not gonna come up with another name for a town
Right, 'cause
just
then we're
to
like-
satisfy you.
Because then we're like, where's that?
Right, and what's the significance? What does it all mean?
Then we have
Becomes a point on our Fast Five.
Then we have to make a show about that town.
So you know what, Ryder Ross, thank you for dropping her in Glendale, because you're saving me some time.
Okay, do we feel all good about where the Southside Serpents are at?
Yeah, I don't care about them.
Oh,
That's
I
how
mean,
feel.
I can't, like, I have so much going on in my Riverdale life. I can't be bothered with the Serpents right
Hang
now.
on.
They have their moments for sure. Like, what's his face becoming one and Betty doing a striptease on the pole. I was definitely interested. Now with like their like Southside politics, like I have such bigger fish to fry with Lodge Industries. Like, I can't be bothered.
We have to talk about something that we didn't talk about even in the room. Toys for Tots. They're a gang. Like, I understand that they're a community, but like them like packaging up toys to send to underprivileged children.
Oh, that's weird. I
They're
didn't
a
even
gang.
realize that.
Yeah, that was weird.
Like I don't
But they're
understand.
like a good gang.
That doesn't exist.
But in the Riverdale world, it does.
No, I get it, but like
And also, like,
just
they
odd.
might be giving back to the community, like other serpents who can't afford toys. You know,
Right. It's like serpents, you know, no serpent
serpents
left
helping
behind.
serpents.
That's a good point.
You know,
yes, I don't know.
No, you're right. That was like a little weird.
I never even picked up on it.
I mean, they're a very charitable bunch. And I just want to say, like, as much as
I think they have
FP,
a 501c3.
honestly, yes,
For sure.
they're definitely government recognized. And
Yeah.
as much as FP like fell off the wagon last episode, he seems to really have it together. And it's like he's doing all this stuff and going through the motions for the snake charmer, but like is gonna stick to the plan and not
And he's
be a
still
deadbeat
looking
dad.
like pretty hot.
Yeah. He's definitely serving up Dilfy vibes.
Dilfy vibes only.
Only. What other kind of vibes are there?
Strictly.
Okay.
Dilfy vibes.
Now let's get to the meat of the episode. Let's get to the meat of
Let's
the
get to
episode.
the meat.
It has two names: Joseph Svensson and
sorry.
or Conway.
No, it literally has two names.
Joseph Svensson or Joseph Conway.
Conway.
Let's call him Sven.
Yeah, no, I like Svensson. It's fun
I
to
like
say.
I like
Svensson.
Sven. It's like
Call
from
him
Frozen.
Sven.
Yeah.
He's not like, what's up, Sven?
It's from Frozen.
Oh, I didn't even know that.
Oh, and by the way, you guys, we finally have our answer. What time of year it is?
Christmas.
So thank you, Writer Ross. You clearly took our recommendations.
But
to
so
heart.
it was the summer before last where Jason died, and Polly got pregnant like a few months later.
No, it's time for her to have
Yeah,
kids.
the kid is born.
No. Jason died in July. It is now December. Because they're still
Didn't they go
sophomores.
through a whole school year?
They're still
last
sophomores.
season?
No, you're wrong. You're wrong. It was literally, it was last summer because then remember.
They had
when
another summer.
It was last summer and then the punching, that was snow. The punching in the ice, that was snow. It's a full
Yeah,
full year.
Oh, okay. So they're juniors.
The baby's alive.
The
or
babies
dead.
are born.
He was born. She was
twins,
born.
twins.
The twins. They were born.
So they must be normal.
Or dead.
Is
dead.
anyone going to
normal
update
because
us?
of like incest.
No, but when Polly came in the dream, like for a second, I was shook. I was like, oh man, finally, Polly's back. But then she wasn't.
Of course not. Joseph Svensson
Oh,
slash
yeah, sorry.
Conway. So first he goes missing around the holidays. Apparently he always does. Then he
So do I.
Then he loses a finger.
And it ends up. Oh, and they never kind of reacted to Alice Cooper being a mega freak in the kitchen.
Totally.
No, like with her hair.
I made you
fully
gingerbread
down.
cookies. Polly's favorite. Like, why is she being so weird? They never like discuss that.
She's been like weird all season.
Every episode she's like weird in a different way.
Yeah.
Like when
remember
she
the Demi Lovato with the red romper? That was so weird.
That was, and then no one ever spoke about it.
Remember at the bar last week with the
You
serpents?
took her last week.
She took her daughter to go prostitute.
Yep.
Totally.
Where's Hal?
I don't know.
He's a deadbeat father for sure.
For sure, but it's like, shouldn't he just, I don't know, be there for like
Okay,
a
back to
second?
Svensson. We keep losing track.
Okay. Svensson is the Black Hood. Thoughts?
Or so they say.
Or so they say.
I don't believe it.
I don't know. When they ripped it off, I was like, who's that again? I was like, oh, Svensson. And I was like, okay.
Yeah,
Like,
when they ripped it off, I was like,
I looked at Margo like, wait, who's that? So it's like, leaves questions unanswered and loose ends. If he is the Black Hood and we move on from this saga, I will not be upset that we don't have to talk about the Black Hood anymore, but I'm fairly certain there's way more to it than just Svensson being the Black Hood and chopping off his own finger.
I agree.
I
Ben?
agree.
Yeah, for sure.
For sure.
It's just the whole thing with Cheryl's grandmother.
Well, yes.
And Grandpappy.
Blossom.
Grandpappy
Blossom.
Blossom.
I
And
wish we could have
all
met
of the
him.
grandparents. There's
so
just
weird.
there's just too much there. And we were fed too much information, and we discovered Svensson last week, and he's revealed this week. Like, we have 11 episodes of lead up, and all just happens at once.
Yeah.
It just doesn't make sense.
Okay, ready?
That's
I just thought of an
literally what
idea.
happened last season.
There's so much Grandpappy Blossom and Grandnanny something that I think they might be teeing up for like another show where it's the prequel. So we get to see like a glamorous gang of like Blossoms
In, like,
and
the
Coopers,
1950s.
but it's Grandpappy. And
I'd be
it's-
so game.
By the way, that was your.
I thought
Good
you
idea.
figured it out.
well, they're
thought
already
you
working
figured it
on
out.
Sabrina.
and I
But
heard
that's on Netflix.
I heard that they were tapping one girl with no job for Grandpappy Lodge.
I heard they were tapping her for Grandpappy Blossom, the
Whatever.
starring role.
Whatever. I just heard that. I read it on
I
the
heard they were
wire.
tapping me for Grandnanny.
Blossom.
What's her name?
You're all the same person.
Grandpappy Blossom.
No, it's Nana
Rose.
Grandpappy. Everyone is Grandpappy Blossom.
When did you say that the other day? It's just the best answer for
Everything. I don't know. Grandpappy Blossom. Yeah.
So they accused an innocent man of murdering the Conway family,
It's like, how
and
did
they
this,
buried him alive.
how did
Oh,
this
wait.
become the crux of
Sorry.
the Black Hood thing when this weird Joseph Conway thing was started a week
Totally.
ago?
Wait, what about the man that was the murderer? The actual
Oh
murderer.
yeah, what about
I
the one?
think-
That's not discovered.
I think he's the Black Hood. I said it last week just because in the flashbacks he looks like the Black Hood. He has the eyebrow.
Yeah, I'm saying
situation.
like now we know that a man was
Looks a little
murdered.
like that.
Actually, if it looks like anyone here, it's you.
What?
It looks a
You
little
have
like
green
that.
eyes.
No, you have brown eyes, so it can't be.
We just know that a man was murdered in cold blood.
Right.
But like,
They're still
No,
yeah,
he
he's
wasn't
the loose
murdered in
end.
cold blood. He was buried alive. He just
sorry,
was
it was
starved
sorry.
out.
Figure of speech.
No, but
he
the-
was
the
murdered
real
when he
killer-
wasn't supposed to
The
be
real killer
murdered.
is still
The real
out
killer's on the
there.
loose.
He's the loose end
Yes.
that hasn't been tied up.
Exactly.
Speaking of
well,
being
that's just
buried alive,
assuming that Svensson.
Accused
Yeah.
the wrong man, but
No.
he did.
Yeah,
He did.
whatever.
Speaking of being buried alive, I found it particularly harrowing to watch that scene for two reasons. One, it was like, I know I should be scared, but I know Sheriff Keller's on his way because Betty always does the right thing and she always calls the police. But then I was like, okay, if you know the police are on your way, like try and stall, bitch. Why are you shoveling so damn fast and making your friend die of inhalation?
Yeah, why was
I
she
couldn't
also
agree more.
shoveling towards his head?
Yeah, like
Shovel
shovel
at his feet.
around.
Yeah, and also do like a little bit, just do like just
Totally.
the whole thing made no sense.
That was just so strong when she hit him with the thing.
That was so strong. That
and
whole
how did he
scene.
not get knocked out? How did he keep running?
I don't know.
I'm sure she's like not that strong.
I mean,
thought
he
he was
cut
just-
off his own finger. He can deal with pain.
If he cut off his own.
He's strong like bull.
He lost a finger. He can
He
deal
lost a
with pain.
finger.
Okay, now here's the other question. How was he holding a gun?
His other hand, he could have cut off
Or
his
he could have
left
just
and was
took-
a righty. No,
right,
you can just
let's-
go like
let's not get that
pow, pow.
I'm just saying.
What, like this?
No, this finger's gone, and you're just like that.
Like this?
Actually, no, you're kind of right. You have to go like. I don't
I'm
know.
just saying.
Okay,
it
it's not-
definitely
it's not a
requires
shotgun,
two
it was a
index
pistol.
fingers.
What'd you say?
It definitely requires two index fingers, is all I'm saying.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Well,
Wasn't it on his left
Maybe
hand?
he's a very talented man.
just saying. Something to think about.
That was a very like.
But
me
I'll
comment.
think about it.
No, it's
That
like
was a me regular week comment.
really that's such an insult. I find it. I find that to be a very astute comment.
It's not.
I'll think about
I
it.
stand by my comment.
I won't think
It's
of
just something for our
anything else.
viewers to think about.
Does anyone know when the show returns?
January
January
17th.
17th. And you missed it because you ran out of the room to do something. They on the
Duty.
previews for.
That was when you
Oh,
took,
previews
that was when
for
you
next-
dropped the big deuce.
They're closing
That
down.
was when I went to do
Jackie,
my hair.
They're closing down Southside High and they're merging the schools.
Wait, I
Oh,
missed
yeah.
the previews for next week. Oh my
Yeah.
gosh.
Not next week, for January 17th.
They're merging the schools. Okay, good, because I'm so confused as to Jughead is always on the north side right now, so
Yeah.
I just need that.
I'm so confused
It's
by
so-
all of their academic careers. Like, none of them are getting into
How are they
college.
staying afloat?
It's
I
so
don't understand.
Friday Night Lights. Like, you separate them and then you bring them back together. Like, make a choice and stick to it.
Totally.
I'm excited to see them all together. It should be really interesting. Also, The one-liner, the 5 seconds that Reggie was in the show, was my favorite.
I love Reggie, and I know right now I'm loving Veronica and Archie, but I just know in my heart that he's gonna leave her for Betty. So I'm just preparing for that, and I want Veronica and Reggie to
Me
get
too.
together.
They were giving eyes.
Like aesthetically pleasing. Obviously, like Veronica and Jughead aren't gonna get together. That's gross.
Reggie had a great line
Yeah.
about Veronica's mom. Oh, did you guys just say that when I?
What were
When
you
you
doing?
zoned out.
Sorry.
Yeah, we did.
Oh God.
Anyways,
Oh, no.
Cheryl's seeming a lot better this episode. She was
Yeah.
serving up looks
She looks nice and big-titted.
and like skinny. I guess because like she's had a lot of time to work out.
Work out because she's never in the episodes.
Yeah.
Her, Kevin
That'd
Keller.
be so funny if we just saw her like in the gym. Like just, oh, where's Cheryl? Oh, pumping iron.
Her, Cheryl, Reggie, and
Kevin
Kevin Keller like all need to form a clique of start a union and go to Writer Ross and be like, we want more lines.
No, and
I'll
we'll
send
back
them-
you
we'll back
up.
them.
Justice for them.
I know how prestigious it must be to have, you know, a type of show like this behind you. So just know that here at Afterdale, we wholeheartedly support you. You have us beneath your backs, or whatever the phrase
You have
is.
our wind beneath your wings.
And that's
Should we sing it together?
That's the kind of endorsement.
You are the wind beneath my wings.
That's the kind of
You
endorsement.
are the sun and you're my hero.
Why do you know the words?
I thought it was.
It's probably those probably aren't the words.
Yeah,
I usually
you're
make
wrong.
them up.
Did you? If you were my
What'd I say?
son.
He's singing Sophia.
Okay, like I said,
Theo.
I just want to finish
I
this
missed
joke,
him.
you guys.
Okay, that's the kind of endorsement.
If you were my son.
Afterdale is the kind of endorsement that wins elections. I just want to wrap up my joke from before. Continue singing.
Definitely.
Did you ever know that you're my hero?
Okay.
You're everything I would like to be. I can fly higher than an eagle. 'Cause you are the wind beneath my wings. Ah, ah.
That was beautiful, you guys. Okay.
Did you?
As much as I'd love
That
to
was
end
so
on that
calm.
note, we need to talk about predictions.
No,
for-
can we talk about the weirdness of the last 5 minutes?
Of course
did.
can, my
No, we
sister.
didn't.
Yeah, we did.
No.
Okay, what did we
Which
talk
last
about?
5 minutes?
What did we talk about?
This morning?
The whole just like weirdness of like all the different.
Oh man.
Wait, what are you talking
Because we
about?
did talk about it. Like,
on.
What
Jackie.
are you talking about?
what are we missing?
Oh my.
What are you talking
Oh,
about,
my.
please?
Never mind.
No, I
happened?
want to know.
Please bring it up. Please. I need to know. I can't sleep tonight.
Okay, Margo, just take a
What
minute.
happened?
I
Just
can't.
tell us what happened.
Don't get upset.
Oh my God, you're crying.
Pick your head
Guys,
up.
get a zoom on
So
her.
emotional.
Get a zoom on her brown eyes. She's crying.
Oh my God.
Don't ruin your makeup now.
Okay, what didn't we talk about?
What didn't we talk
What didn't we talk about?
Margo, just spill it.
I need a minute.
You guys, I'm so
Margo.
worried about her.
Get the Zoom. Margo.
You're crying too. Your eyes are very glassy. No, so
She's accused.
I'm fine, okay?
Totally. You're
No,
deflecting.
okay. No, I was just saying the weirdness with the gifts and all that. That's it.
Everyone got great gifts.
It wasn't weird at all.
No, it was weird. Just like how like they give the gifts like 5 days beforehand, and then they like gave it, and the whole thing was weird. It was like Archie came and like dropped it off, but like we never knew anything about that because last time we saw him, he was just with Betty. And then it's like Jughead's opening, like she gave him the gift of the big box like so long ago. Then all of a
Margo,
sudden
it
he's
was the
opening.
same day.
No, it wasn't.
No, like they
just-
did
it was
Secret
just
Santa
different
at school. They
frames.
each had some.
And they just didn't
And
open
then
it.
I'm
And he brought
also
it
going to
home
get a gift for my
and opened
friends
it.
and my ex-boyfriends.
No.
It was weird.
Jughead got it at school, brought it home.
Opened it
and
on
opened
Christmas
it.
morning.
Where was he supposed to open it? In the street?
That was like 2 days
No,
before
he
that.
waited till
No.
Christmas. You're supposed to, he put it under the tree. He opened it on Christmas.
Fine.
He's a very
Like,
patient man.
I'm
So
putting an end to this
Hang on.
conversation.
No.
Like,
I just
now.
want to clarify. The strangest part of the episode for you was when Jughead
No,
opened his
it
typewriter.
was just weird how like it was like 8:53 and we found out who the Black Hood was, and then at like the next 4 minutes was just like weirdness to me, like
Very
Christmas
spooky.
morning.
I'm sorry you felt so weird about it.
I felt weird about it.
It's okay.
It's okay.
I feel weird about it because, like, you're making me feel so weird right now, but, like,
Okay.
I guess I understand.
By the way, this
Okay.
just happened to me.
Moving on.
It just happened to me before, too. It's fine.
It happens.
It happens.
Moving on. Predictions, what we're looking forward to in the new season.
Well, I personally am looking forward to 4 Wednesdays in a row that I can just go to bed on time and like not like
Sit in an hour traffic here and
because
back.
it's not that. It's like I watch from 8 to 9, I debrief from 9 to 10, and then it's like my mind wanders from 10 to 12. Like it's such a physically, emotionally, and literally taxing experience that like I'm gonna enjoy this reprieve. Okay.
Margo. Predictions about the show, preferably. But it could be for your life, too. Do you have any tests coming up?
Yeah, I do. I have 2 finals next week. Predictions, I feel like just probably some like weirdness with Betty is gonna happen. Some just like weirdness is just gonna go on.
You and the word weird today. Like, are you okay?
I'm feeling weird.
Okay, that was a great one, Margo. Ben, predictions?
Oh my God, Ben. Can someone give us a real prediction, please?
Mine was good.
It's not,
About yourself.
it's not a prediction, it's a hope. I hope that we, and I guess it's a prediction. What's happening in Greendale, what's happening with Snake Charmer, she's blonde, we know she's related to Betty. Greendale we know is magic. Like, I just want to know, like, what's going on there, and, like, I want to know more about the blonde women and what I think are their powers and what is to come in Greendale.
And you know what else I want? I want to meet Betty's brother.
Yeah.
He's coming. He's coming.
Oh,
Hart.
you mean the murderer?
No, I mean just her.
He's
her
literally like a
brother.
scrawny little man.
11.
Why? Because
No, he's older than
also
her.
has green eyes.
He's older than her, but he.
What are you saying?
They all have green eyes.
He's older than her,
older
but
than
he
Holly.
could be FP's son because FP and Alice dated in high school. So paternity there is unclear. He should get a 23andMe kit.
No,
like
we
I
should
just
get Maury
ordered.
out here. Ready?
You got a
Alice
23andMe
Cooper.
kit? Why?
Because I
FP
wanna know where I'm
Jones.
from. I feel like I'm gonna find out I'm like,
Not part of this family.
yeah,
Bye.
I'm a blossom.
Okay,
That
I'll wait.
egg.
I'll wait.
Grandpa.
I'll wait.
Oh, sorry. Are you gonna be Maury?
doing well.
FP Jones. When it comes to the paternity, what's his name?
Chic. Chic Cooper.
Of Sheik Cooper,
His name is Sheik.
I think so.
you are not the father.
Maury doesn't do that.
I'm playing all.
All of a sudden, Maury is a fire-breathing dragon.
This is a one-woman show, and I have to play all roles.
Oh, okay, play.
So I am mother, father, son, and Maury, and the security guard who has to take them apart.
Wow. Round of applause. The Maury monologue.
Yes. Is that all we got?
That's
Well,
all.
what about your predictions?
I want to meet Chic. I want more Cheryl. I want to wrap up this Black Hood Convey Svensson nonsense. And honestly, I just want a show about kids in high school who are just like dating and happy.
On the cheerleading team.
And like Josie and the
remember when our
Pussycats.
biggest problem was that they wouldn't let Betty try out for the
Right.
Vixens?
And she like couldn't make the team. Like I want some River Vixen practice. I want another dance off. You know, I just want those things that give me that high school spirit. So
Okay.
I know I say that every week, and it's definitely not going to happen. But thank you all for tuning in. Thank you for watching Afterdale all through till the mid-season finale. We couldn't have done it without you. We will be back on January 17th, hitting you with all of the information you need to know about your favorite show, Riverdale, from your favorite after show, Afterdale. Have a great night, everyone.